according to UNEP, 19 to 23 million tons of plastic waste leak into aquatic ecosystems every year. What efforts are needed to reduce this, and how promising are the alternatives to plastic?
Well, there are many ways to reduce such plastic pollution, and there are also many good real-life examples. Maybe I could suggest 5 of those. First, we have to eliminate and substitute problematic single-use plastics. And for example, in China, there is currently a phased ban that started in 2020 and will finish hopefully this year, banning single-use plastics. That's the first. The second is that we have to start designing for reuse, recycling, and composting of the plastics. For example, China promotes eco-design through green product certification. This is very helpful. And there are entities like the World Green Development Organization, of which I happen to be vice president, that are also contributing to these kinds of efforts. The third is to scale up waste collection and improve recycling infrastructure. Zero waste cities like in Shenzhen and Suzhou are now being hopefully expanded to other cities as well. And then there's the fourth, the reduced production and consumption of plastic. Countries like Chile, also China, have some specific programs to restrict such plastic consumption. And the fifth, finally, we have to promote reuse systems at scale, large scale. And we've seen, for example, Alibaba has started to use reusable boxes for e-commerce. That's a very good initiative, and a big company like that can actually make a big difference. Now, in terms of the alternatives, of course, the most important is to use less plastics if we can, but there are good alternatives. There are biodegradable plastics made from biomass. There are natural fibers-based composites such as paper alternatives. And there are also single-use reusable plastics as well. But of course, there are some challenges with those as well. Some of them need industrial composting. You cannot just compost it in your backyard. And it requires infrastructure, logistical infrastructure, and sometimes consumer behavior changes.
And despite its harmful effects on aquatic ecosystems and the human body, does plastic pollution also contribute to climate change? And if so, how significant is this impact?
Yes, plastics contribute to climate change. It's not the most significant factor in causing climate change, but it does contribute. And there are at least 3 important factors that one could consider here. The first is that plastics are still currently mostly made from oil, gas, and coal. And significant emissions come from petrochemical industries during extraction, refining, and transport of the fossil fuels. Also, transforming the raw materials into plastic resins and products is very energy intensive, and that means also emissions. So all in all, we're talking about 4% of global emissions from plastics. But let's not forget that the use of plastics can also have a positive impact on climate change. Lightweight plastics, for example, in cars, reduce transport costs, improve fuel efficiency, and therefore reduce emissions. Also, packaging can reduce food waste and also methane from rotting food. So there are positive impacts as well. And finally, disposing plastics in landfills or through incineration also produce greenhouse gas emissions, especially through incineration. So that's something one has to be careful about.